Hey everybody, Chief Meteorologist Brad Panovich here. Here's a look at the forecast this week as we go into the big holiday weekend, big ski weekend, obviously across a big chunk of the country, and we've got some snow heading our way. Very cool pattern at night the next couple of nights as well. So snowmaking operations, I see Beach Mountain blowing snow tonight, a lot of other resorts blowing a ton of snow. Good news for the overnight hours as we go into the end of the week. We've got this strong Arctic front. Now it doesn't have a ton of moisture with it. It's going to have a little bit here Friday night. I hesitated to put too much snow in the Friday night forecast because I really think a lot of this will fall really Saturday morning. I mean, it's overnight into Saturday morning. But as the front moves through, northwest flow develops, and what happens is we see a couple waves of energy, kind of vorticity back here on the backside that's going to rotate in. That's going to supply northwest flow snow in those northwest facing slopes from Virginia, West Virginia down into North Carolina. Another surge comes down on Sunday. You can see that especially up towards West Virginia and Maryland, but some of that does creep down into North Carolina going into Monday morning, and then yet another system approaches on Tuesday. So a very fast flow of storms, just weak storms right now, but one after another going into early next week, and then possibly the hints of a bigger storm next week, but it's way out there. You can see it's kind of a southern stream system. Could be some cold air to work with. So how much snow are we talking about? Let's take a look at these snowfall totals. You could see Saturday, we'll go all the way into Sunday morning. You could see anywhere from 1 to 3 inches in North Carolina, maybe 4 to 6 in parts of West Virginia. Cranks up a little bit into Monday as that northwest flow continues, so it'll be tallying up. And this is really cold air, so this will be really fluffy snow, and there's a good chance we could get some overproduction on that northwest flow. And then going into next week, we'll see what this southern stream system does. Might get me down here in Charlotte, but it's a way out there. I don't think I'd buy too much into that. But that could be a really good storm for North Carolina. I actually think what will happen, and you'll see this over time, storms you see down here start to trend a little bit back this way. So this could be more of a really good mountain event going into next week. So let's take the forecast real quickly going into the holiday weekend. You can see we're going to have snowmaking conditions at night for sure. Gets really cold this weekend. So not only are we going to see this natural snow Saturday, Sunday into Monday, but the air is going to be incredibly cold. So the natural snow will be fluffy, and then the man-made snow is going to be really fluffy as well. So they'll be able to build up these bases pretty well at all of the resorts. Now, let's take a quick look at the long range, because interesting pattern next week, as you kind of heard me talk about. The polar vortex is broken into a couple pieces. One chunk comes down this weekend close to us, down over Hudson Bay. We get kind of a glancing blow. That's that cold air for the weekend. But I'm really fascinated to see what happens next week. We've got a pattern where we get a big, what we call block going into Greenland here. Now this block here and this ridge out west typically drives cold air down to the southeast and into the Carolinas, but the guidance is not really gung-ho on this. What the thing that has it kind of backing off of it is that we've got a pretty strong ridge in the Caribbean that's kind of keeps it from coming too far south. So if this weakens a little bit, we might be able to drive this way down into the Carolinas. Either way, this could be a really interesting storm track in between that sharp trough and that ridge down over the Gulf of Mexico. But I kind of like the way this pattern looks. I mean, there's nothing set in stone, but this at least gives you opportunities for some snowstorms. And at the very least, there's no real blowtorch of hot air coming our way. It's not super Arctic either, but it's kind of near average, which is great for the southeast because that means we can make some snow. I'll post another update on Thursday night as we go into the upcoming weekend, but man, what a great start to the season this has been. I've loved it so far. We kind of had a late start, but once we got going, it's been pretty much steady, cold, and snow at least every weekend. We've had some decent conditions. So really good weekend shaping up. As always, think snow, and stay tuned for that update on Thursday.